Hello everyone. This is blog post number 2, and in this blog post we would be covering. Uh, so on the screen you can see the objective of this demo. Number one is upgrade the AD schema to Windows Server 2012. Promoting a new Windows Server 2012, the one which was the member server, we would promote it to a domain controller. We would raise the domain and forest functional level using PowerShell. And last but not the least, we would see how to move all the Pismo roles to the new domain controller. So let us start. Now, in our environment, we've got only one domain controller over here, and this can also be seen from here. If you want to see a domain controller using uh, commandlet of repadmin, you view it through this commandlet as well. So we've got only one domain controller, which is running Windows Server 2008 R2, which can be seen from here. And what we will do is we will upgrade this domain controller to. We would introduce a new domain controller which is running Windows Server 2012 into the environment. Now, the interesting part is that previously what we used to do was that we used to mount the DVD and run AD prep with forest prep, then domain prep, and then GP prep, and so on. Now, with Windows Server 2012, the enhancement is that everything is done on the fly. You do not need to make any uh, manual commandlets just to upgrade the schema and so on. So, what we will see is, and this is the most interesting bit, which is if I run DC promo on the new Windows Server 2012 wizard, it gives this that go on this link as DC promo is no longer valid. So we have a different method to promote a domain controller in Windows Server 2012 environment. Now, before doing that, what we will see is we go in ADSI edit, we connect to the schema partition, and if we come over here, go in the properties, there is a flag which is called object version. So our object version right now is 47, which tells us that our schema version is Windows Server 2008 R2. Now, the interesting bit is once the schema would be modified, this number would be moved to a higher number which corresponds to a new version of the schema. And remember, this version is 47 right now. Now, what we will do over here is we will promote a new domain controller. We come over here on our new DC. First, we'll fix the IPs. So this is correct. The preferred DNS server is of my DC, and I would test a bit more. Name of my domain is puzzle.com. It's able to uh, find that domain controller as well, which is fair enough. Now, what I'll do is that I click on manage and I add roles. Now, this is the first step. You get the first installation screen. You are doing a role based or feature based installation. The second one is for uh, VDI, which is a separate discussion altogether. Now, here we select the domain controller, and the step number one is to install the Active Directory domain service. Now, what we have done is we've broken this into two parts. So, one is to install the service, and after installing the service, you can have the Windows updated with all of the recent Active Directory patches, and then move on to the second step, which is promoting it as a domain controller. So what I will do right now is, as this installation is going on, I would pause the recording, and then as soon as this is done, I would again resume. Okay, now the installation seems to be completed. I click cancel I click close, and if I see over here, there is a warning icon appearing over here. Now, the interesting part is that we have right now installed the ADDS service, but we have not modified the AD schema. And the new part is that upgrading the AD schema is now built in. So once you do a DC promo in the background, it would do a seamless schema upgrade for you without any intervention. But there is something which you need to understand, that if you want to do it manually, the AD prep is still there inside the media. So it's in the support folder and the AD prep. The enhancement which we have done in AD prep is now AD prep can also be run remotely. It is not mandatory to run it from Schema Master. Okay. So what I do is I click on this icon and I promote this server to a domain controller. Now, this is where we are doing the installation. So the first option is add a domain controller to an existing domain. This is exactly what we'll do. This is the name of my domain. And these are the current credentials I'm logged in with. I click next. Now we want to make it a domain DNS server, a global catalog, and we do not want it to be an RODC. So what it is doing in the background is it automatically fetches the information of site name. We have to enter the password. This is the DSRM restore mode password, which we look at once we go into the backup and restore of Active Directory. This is the DNS delegation option, which we do not require. We click next. Replicate from any domain controller which is available. We are not doing an IFM installation. This is the default path for the NTDS log files and sysvol folder. Now this is the one which is very interesting. To install this domain controller, the wizard needs to perform the following operation. Prepare the forest and schema and the domain preparation. So this was the step which we used to manually perform. And now this is done automatically by Active Directory for us. So now what it's doing is it's verifying the prerequisites which are needed before Active Directory domain services installation goes ahead. Now if we look over here, it gives us a couple of warnings that weaker allow crypto algorithms which were used with Windows NT4, they are disabled on this. Hence, any legacy client would not work. Legacy means legacy in Windows 2000 or Windows NT4 environment. And over here, it tells you that all prerequisite check pass successfully. So, what Active Directory does is that now, when you are doing an installation of Active Directory, there are numerous prerequisite checks which are done behind. It checks for updates, for example, for Exchange and other aspects. Whether do you have correct permission for installing a domain controller and the rights which you are performing. For example, if we are modifying the schema right now, it also verifies if you are a member of a schema admin or not. So all these prerequisites for installing a domain controller, modifying schema, it's already checked over here. If it's all good to go, you're given a green light. All you need to do is click install and you are all good to go. So if we look over here, it says upgrading forest, then it would say upgrading domain and the show would go on. So what I'll do right now is I'll again go back, pause the recording, and then once things come back, I would then again resume it. So just to show you over here, the version number object, which was 47, now has been risen to 56, which shows that the schema is being upgraded in the background. And I'll pause it for now. Once we are back, I'll show you the final flavor of it. So if we see in the background, my installation has completed of Active Directory and automatically the server is being restarted. Once it restarts, we will see that the domain controller promotion is completed. So what I will do right now is I would come over here and we would see the object version attribute. which is now 56. So this means that the object schema version which was imported inside Active Directory is 56 for Windows Server 2012. Okay. We will also verify if the domain controller is now available over here, which is clone 1. As soon as it is restarted, what we will do now is we log in and we will verify uh, if the domain controller promotion succeeded successfully. There was any problems, issues. If there are issues, we're gonna identify and try to solve them. And then we would raise the domain and forest functional level using PowerShell. So once I've logged in, I would continue the recording. Okay, so here I am. I'm now logged into the domain controller which I've just created. Now this is something which most of my customers do not do is once you have promoted a domain controller, you need to verify that it's working properly. So to verify if sysvol is shared, we type net space share and we can see that netlogon and sysvol is shared now. To verify if Active Directory replication is working perfectly, we go type repadmin repl sum, which shows that uh, three, since like 3 minutes later, the replication happened between clone 2. 3 minutes earlier, the replication happened between clone 2 and clone 1, which shows everything is perfect. Hence, we can move along. Now, our first task is completed. And now we need to upgrade uh, the domain and forest functional level using PowerShell. Now we type the Windows screen, Windows button, and then we go in Active Directory module for Windows PowerShell and we do a run as administrator. Now, once, so what this is doing in the background is it's loading the Active Directory module for Windows PowerShell, which would give us the capability or the options to write all the Active Directory commandlets and manage Active Directory using PowerShell. Now, what we will do is we would type get-ad domain, and to complete this automatically, we just have to type tab. Now I would pipe it into format table and write domain mode. Now once I type this, it tells me that the domain mode of my environment right now is Windows 2003 domain, and I want to upgrade this to Windows Server 2008 R2. And I would be upgrading this for Windows Server 2008 R2 and not 2012 because I need to show you some USN rollback scenarios in the next demo of Hyper-V. Okay, so to do this, the commandlet is set-ad domain mode, and I'm pressing tab over here. Okay, so minus identity. Over here, you give the name of the domain minus domain mode. And what is the domain mode you want to have now? So it is Windows 2008 R2 domain minus server name, and the new server name is clone minus 1. Okay, so I pressed enter. It says, are you sure? We are always sure. We press enter and it gives an error, which is interesting. Are you sure? I give yes. Okay. So to do this, my roles were on the other server. I was the one which I entered before was my Windows Server 2012 server. So I pointed this commandlet to clone 2, which is this one, which is my 2008 R2, and the commandlet was completed successfully. Now, what I will do is I would run the same commandlet again for the forest functional level. So when I run this commandlet again, it tells me that the forest functional level right now is Windows Server 2003. Now all I need to do is change this domain mode to forest and then AD domain mode to forest over here. Press enter and it gives an error. So the lesson which I learned from this is never take a shortcut. It's always better to take the longer option. So let's write it. Set dash AD forest mode minus identity. It's puzzle.com minus forest mode. It's Windows 2008 R2 domain minus server and it's clone 2. And it still gives an error, which is pretty interesting. And I'm sure I'm making an error somewhere. Let me do it again. Set dash AD forest mode minus identity puzzle.com minus forest mode is Windows 2008 R2 and this should not be domain. This should be R2 forest. As soon as I press enter, the commandlet runs successfully and I'm all good to go. Okay, so what we have done right now is we've upgraded the domain and forest functional level, which we can also verify from, oh, I'm sorry, from here using the AD console. So it's 2008 R2 right now. Now the next task is to move all the FSMO roles, and what we will do over here is again we would move the FSMO roles using PowerShell. So the commandlet is move dash AD directory server operation master role. We say minus identity. We give the name of the server to which we want to move all our FSMO roles. So if we can see over here, the name of the server to which we want to move all our roles is clone dash 1. This is the 2008 Windows Server 2012 server. Okay, now we type operation master role and we give the names of all the roles. So all you need to do is press tab and it would populate the name by itself. So it took domain naming master, type the first letter, type tab, comma, schema master, comma, red master. Okay, red is already done. Red, DNM, infrastructure, schema, and the most important, PDC emulator. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll press enter. It says you want to move all the roles. I say go on. Now I type netdom query fsmo and it would show me that all of the roles have now been moved to clone 1. So this is the first demo. Now what I'll do is I'll stop this recording and then we would start the new demo in another version. Thank you. And thank you for viewing this demo.